Hello and welcome to EdQuest. This is our daily quiz on SEBI Grade A previous year questions. Following this series, you will learn what type of questions can be asked in this year's, that is 2020 SEBI Grade A exam. So let us move to question number 1. So question number 1 is on frequently traded shares. So statement reads as frequently traded shares means shares of an issuer in which the traded turnover on any stock exchange during the last 12 calendar months is at least dash of the total number of shares of such class of shares of an issuer. So the answer to this question is, that is 10%. So in those frequently traded shares are shares who for a 12 calendar month their turnover should be 10% at the least. So these are called as frequently traded shares. So why frequently traded shares are important? So this is one of the complex concept, because there are many offshoots of these concepts, or rather use of these concepts are many, but in simplest terms we use frequently traded shares for purposes of delisting, when many times shares which do not trade enough or they remain illiquid for a longer time, they are delisted compulsorily. Or there are also provisions based on frequently traded shares definition in voluntary delisting of shares. So there are many such areas where this term particularly used. So let us move to next question. So next question is, which of the following would help an investor to buy and sell his security in a paperless manner? So options given are SEBI, depositories, stock exchange, investment banks, or none of these. So answer to this is depositories. So let us understand what a depository is. So I have given a definition of depository. A depository is an organization which holds securities of an investors in an electronic form. So this is where this question connects. This question is asking about paperless manner, which allows investors to buy and sell their securities in paperless manner. So that is the work of depository. So what you typically do, you take your paper, that is share, in paper format or in a material format, and these shares go to depositories. In turn, these depositories would issue an electronic identity which are very easily transactable on stock exchanges. Another important thing which another important aspect of depositories is it reduces or it eliminates completely counterfeiting. So what earlier used to happen when depositories were not there in scene, this paper or this share in a material format could be counterfeited or misused very easily. So there are many scams which have had happened because of this share being in material form, and that is why this demat concept of dematerialized share has been introduced. So all these paper based on material format shares are deposited in depositories, and an electronic identity is issued against all those shares. So this is about depository. So depository is often given an analogy with bank. So I have given you pointers here. You may consider reading it, because there might be some question, or there might be one question like which of the following can be analogous to a bank. This can be a simplest question. So kindly read this. You may pause and read it. Okay. Next is, what are the depositories in India? So there are typically two depositories in India. One is National Securities Depositories Limited, NSDL, and another is CDSL, that is Central Depository Services Limited. Then there is another important concept, that is the concept of a depository participant. So depository participants are agent of the depository through which it interfaces with the investor and provides depository services. So I'm not right now going into this concept in depth, but as we do more questions, that is previous year questions, we will come back to the concept of depository participants. So this concept is very important. Linked to this concept, there will be another question. I don't know on what day this question will come, but there will be a question on 3-in-1 account. So I am giving you a hint that there will be a question on 3-in-1 account. You may wish to look into that matter. Then one another thing you need to understand or you can look into is international securities identification number. So I give you a task, just find how many numbers are there in this ISIN and you may choose to comment in the comment box. So these three things are equally important, and there may be, you can expect question in financial awareness part of paper 1. So it may also come in paper 2, but it has high probability of being in paper 1 also. So this was about depositories and a few associated concepts with that. Now let us move on to next question. So next question is, the maximum tenor of a commercial paper can be. So maximum tenor of commercial paper can be 1 year. So let us understand what a commercial paper is. So commercial paper is an unsecured money market instrument. So mind this word unsecured. Then issued in the form of a promissory note. So these are like this is money market instrument. This particular instrument was introduced in 1990. In India it was introduced in 1990. So this can also become another question. So I hope you get what commercial paper is. And there is another important point which you must look into, as there was a question, this question on maximum tenor of a commercial paper, right? So there can be a question on minimum tenor as well. So if we have looked into maximum tenor, that is 1 year. So minimum tenor can be, that is 7 days. Okay, so if you want to raise money from money market for less than 7 days, there are a few more instruments which are available, that can be call money and notice money. So call money and notice money, these are like 2 to 14 days tenor is there for call money and notice money. So this is not matter of discussion right now, we will not go into it in much detail. So let us move to next question. The listing agreement is signed between, so options are SEBI and stock exchange, listed entity and SEBI, stock exchange and listed entity. So stock exchange and listed entity is the right answer. So to get this question, first you need to understand what is listing. So once an IPO is issued, people receive their respective shares. Now this is about primary market. So now these shares need to be traded further, because nobody wants to keep shares for like longer time. So for trading, this trading can be done on stock exchange, and when the shares go to stock exchange, or whatever day in out phenomena you notice about stock exchange, it is all about these listed shares. So if there is a company, say ABC, it has issued shares, let's say 100 shareholders have bought these shares. Now there will be listing of ABC Limited on stock exchange. That can be BSE, Bombay Stock Exchange, or National Stock Exchange, or similar others. And further there will be trading of these shares. So this is how the process of listing and further trading of shares take place. Now next question, last I guess, which of the following is the mode of borrowing for central government? So one another really very easy question it was. So the mode of borrowing for central government is, it is not commercial paper. Okay, I forgot to tell you about commercial paper. So commercial papers are generally raised by corporates. So when corporates are in a need of money for a short term, what is short term? So any requirement of money which is for less than 1 year, we call it as a short term. And whatever this money is raised for short term, it is done in money market. So that is all about money market. That is why it is a money market instrument, commercial paper. So this is about corporates needing money for short time, that is for less than 1 year. So when this is the situation, they will issue commercial paper. So for 7 days it can be minimum for 7 days, and maximum it can be for 1 year. In similar fashion, governments also need money. So when government needs money, it issues treasury bills, that is T-bills. So let us understand what is T-bills. Treasury bills or T-bills, these are money market instruments and are issued for, these are like short-term debt instrument issued by Government of India. So this can be for, let's say, 91 days, 182 days and 364 days. So again, mind tenure here, that this can, there are like 3 tenors, and the minimum one is 91 days, maximum one is 364 days. So already we have discussed that short term, any short term instrument, any short term financial instrument cannot have maturity of more than 1 year. So that is why maximum maturity is 364 days. Another 3 important points are there, that these are zero coupon bonds. So if you hold a T-bill for say 1 year, if you today you have bought it, let's say this is today, and this is like 364th day, right? So if you buy it today, you are not going to get any interest. There will be no interest, right? No interest paid. So what happens is, there is something called face value. So let us say face value is 100. You will be issued this instrument at 90 rupees, right? You give 90 rupees, you get this T-bill, and on 364th day you will get 100 rupees. So that is how it works. There is like, you get no interest, but these are issued at discount and redeemed at face value. So this is about T-bills. I hope this was helpful. I completed all the 5 questions today. Kindly subscribe to our channel. Thank you.